This is Old Blue, my newly acquired 2003 GMC Sierra. I bought it from my neighbor after he smoked a deer with it on his way to work one morning. Deer 1, truck 0. At first I planned to salvage the new tires, pull the drivetrain, and part out the rest. But after thinking it over, I decided to repair it, using as many parts as possible from my '99 Silver Rusto, and lend it to my father-in-law for him to use for as long as it's useful to him. So, unlike the deer, we're going to bring the Sierra back to life with the help of Silver Rusto. Let's go wrenching, boys. Okay, back in the shop, just taking some time to clean up the plastic shards that are down in this engine compartment. Do a little vacuuming. Spring has finally arrived, so doing a little spring cleaning. Plastic everywhere. Lots of important plastic. I just cut myself. Ouch. That'll leave a mark. I'm going to check to see if there's any refrigerant in the system. That serpentine belt is off of the air conditioner compressor. Yeah, there's some, but not much. So I don't know if it was not running prior to the accident or if this condenser was damaged. This fitting right here is pushed back, so I don't know if there was a crack in the condenser or not. But I've got the condenser off my '99 Silverado. I've got the radiator, so we're going to replace those two things anyway. Last time I was working on this truck, I was looking all over the place for the transmission oil cooler. Could have sworn that I had one on my '99 Silverado and I just misplaced it. No, my truck did not come with one. It didn't have the tow package apparently and didn't have a secondary oil cooler. So I went on to rockauto.com and ordered one. It should be in a few days. So we'll just put a brand new one on here. We're not even going to worry about trying to weld or find a junkyard one. I just ordered one. It was like 30 something bucks, so just pulled the trigger on that one. So today I have a couple of hours where I can work on this. I think what I want to do, either I'm going to take the fender off or I'm going to take the radiator out, AC condenser, and this front bracket. Okay, I think I've decided to go fender because I got to be able to have this hood up because I got to disconnect the hinge and all that from this. I'll just throw the Silverado one on here and just be done with it, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to take this coolant reservoir off. There's one 10mm nut that's holding this thing to the fender, so I'll need to take care of that. Trying not to damage the hoses. Running my screwdriver down through here underneath this hose, try to break whatever corrosion or gunk that's holding that hose on. Forgot about the sensor. This puppy's junk. Got these wire clamps down through here. I'm going to disconnect these. There's one 10mm bolt right here. Then there are a lot of 13mm bolts that come off up here. Get back up here. This tray is connecting to the fender and the firewall. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. Try not to lose any of these nuts and bolts. I've already disconnected this one. I disconnected the one down there. I've got two right here, and I've got one. Oh, I forgot I can't get this door open. Well, we'll loosen these, and that one under the fender. There's one bolt right underneath the bottom of this fender. Hopefully it's not rusted so bad I can't get it to come out. A lot of road grime came out from under it. And I just dropped the bolt. I have to let this down. I have to get a block of wood, prop this hood up. All right, block of wood. Do your duty. I see a wasp. I am not a fan. Hope I don't have a massive nest in here. These ratcheting box end wrenches are a lifesaver. I absolutely love these things. I use them quite often. Well, I just crammed the door open. I'm sure I chipped paint on the door, but I got frustrated and I just pulled it out. Okay, one more right down here. All right, that fender's ready to come off. There's a bolt. Where'd that nut go from the hood? Is it in the pile of dust? I don't see it. Where could it be? Nobody knows. I'm gonna get the vacuum out and vacuum up all these pine needles. Okay, so I just took the Silveresto fender and compared it to this 03 fender, and they are virtually identical. I think the only difference is the headlight. The cutout for the headlight's a little different since it's a Sierra versus a Silverado, but the bolt holes are all in the same spot. So we're just gonna run with it. Surprisingly, with the nickname Silveresto, this fender is actually not terrible. There's a little bit of rust down here. So I'm gonna take my sanding wheel, I'm gonna get the rust off of there, and I'm gonna spray paint it. I may be a jackleg, but at least I'm civilized. So we're gonna take care of that rust. I just have this Rust-Oleum rust reformer stuff. I'll spray that on there and that'll do it. All right, while that fender is drying, I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling the hoses and stuff and the lines out of the radiator and the transcooler. Well, there's still coolant in that. I just wonder if this radiator is fine and the coolant that came out of it came out of the reservoir when it busted open. Things that make you go, Get some catch cans and some buckets. So I undid the overflow tube for the reservoir, but this hose for the steam port up there leaked out coolant. Exhibit A. Makes me wonder if this radiator's fine. So this radiator's holding fluid. Interesting. All right, be prepared for a gush of coolant coming out. All right, that's all the time I've got for today. I've got somewhere I gotta be. So after this faded black, we're gonna be getting back to work on Old Blue, the 03 wrecked Sierra. All right, back at this today. I'm going to be taking off the radiator, AC condenser, transcooler, this upper radiator support. I'm removing more parts today. That's what I'm getting at. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, these little clips that go on these transcooler lines, little snap clips in there, and they're usually really difficult to remove. I have a hard time even seeing what it is I'm looking at. They're kind of M-shaped. Here we go. Let me show you what I'm talking about when I get this one out. They're kind of M-shaped. And you have to get your pick in there and get this little part out of the groove first. And then once you get that little part out, then I just take my hook and I grab a hold of it and just pull it out. So when it gets all gommed up and dirty, it's kind of hard to see what you're even picking at. I think I need to get my eyes checked. I have a hard time seeing up close anymore. I think I'm getting to the age where I'm needing bifocals. That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna give a shout out to my friend Erwin. The last time I was that way, he gifted me one of these neat little headlamp things that you put on your forehead. If you've not checked out Erwin on Three Wheels and a Block, be sure and do so. He's an automotive paint and body guy. He's an enthusiast, loves hot rods. He's a good dude, good family man. So check him out. Three Wheels and a Block on YouTube. Tell him the Danator sent you. Anyway, do yourself a favor, check him out. There we go. I just needed a little light on the subject. There we go. That's the power steering cooler, I believe. Okay, so power steering lines are removed. There's a sensor right here of some kind. It's probably the outside thermometer sensor. I think I just broke it. Take off this latch for the hood. Just so I don't lose the bolts, I like to throw them right back into where I got them from. That way I'm not misplacing anything. There are two 10mm bolts right behind this bracket right here. Of course, I dropped it. There it is. Number 2. Well, that just broke that bolt right off. That stinks. Where's the other one? Where are you, you little rascal? Yeah, I was pretty sure these headlights were going to have to come out. I don't think I'm going to have to. Those are some long bolts. These transcooler lines are still stuck on here. Wow, those lines are really stuck in there. I have to figure out how we're going to get those. I think I'm having a stroke. Got to figure out how I'm going to get those lines out of that transcooler. There we go. Two little push pins at the base of this thing. And it looks like there's two 10mm bolts that come out of the top part of the bracket. All right, there's that busted thing. Looks a little crooked. Okay, this cooler is disconnected. The AC condenser is disconnected. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect these lines. These are 13mm. Whatever refrigerant may be left in this thing, it's about to come out. So, how nice and straight that condenser is. Sometimes these AC lines, they just get fused together. I've had to cut them sometimes, and that's frustrating. There it goes. I'm gonna get out of here so I can get some fresh air instead of breathing in this stuff. So I got the bottom one to come out very simply. No problems there. This one was quite fused. I put some heat on it, some Freon, just took a micro flathead screwdriver and a hammer and got in between this little gap, and now I'm getting some space. So it's coming loose finally. I might be able to get a pry bar in there. I doubt it. Well, yep. Here we go. You can see how badly that corrodes. It's no wonder it was so hard to take off. All right, that is one bent condenser. I'm leaking refrigerant oil all over the floor. Good job, Dan. So I'm going to take the radiator out next. Again, with these pesky little clips. Okay, that one was real easy. Don't want to drop these. They're hard to find when they hit the floor. Wow, that one was easy too. 2 for 2. Actually 4 for 4. Okay, I got two 13mm bolts that hold the radiator at the top that need to come out. And then this thing should be ready to pull. Of course. Should have saw that coming. Yep, should have saw that coming. Idiot. So I've been fiddling with this transcooler line. Finally got this one to pop out. It started to kind of wiggle free, and then once I got it to kind of turn inside the fitting, I was able to get it. But this one is absolutely fused in here. It looks like I can just remove it from the truck. take it over to my workbench. Yipes. See if I can do something about it over there. Okay, so I just took it outside and I've got that fitting soaking in some Freon. This upper radiator support's going to come out next. There are 3 bolts that hold this in. This one over here is going to be the problem. And again, I didn't think I was going to have to take my headlights out, but on second thought, like my first thought, I'm going to have to take them off. I love these headlight designs on these GMT 800 trucks. You've got a pin and a pin. You lift and the headlight just pops out. You gotta love it. Now you gotta basically do what I'm doing here on the new trucks just to get the headlight out. Yes. He's out of there. All right, I threw a little heat on this fitting. It always seems to do the trick. So I've got it lightly clamped in my vise. Now the line spins in the fitting. Hallelujah. Clean these lines up and they will be ready to install when the new cooler gets here in about 2 days. So again, the radiator I believe is fine, but you can definitely tell bent, but evidently not broken. So we'll keep that in the shop as a backup just in case something goes wrong with my Sierra. And the AC condenser is pretty straight if you're a cross-eyed cricket. Seem to be holding charge, so again, we'll keep that in the shop for a spare just in case we need it. All right, all of the damaged parts are gone. We are at the point now where we can start reassembling this thing. That's exciting. Well, that'll wrap up this video. Be sure to check out my channel for more automotive content. Check out the links in the description if you're interested in any Daninator apparel. Any purchase there is greatly appreciated as it helps this channel grow. As always, thanks for watching. God bless. Be sure and hit that like switch on your way out. See you next time.